I'm Mark Ryan, president and co-founder of Ryan, Geer and Company, CPA firm. Been working here in the Charlotte area for 3 decades now. We are a local CPA firm. We deal with typical clients that have closely held corporations and 3 or 4 employees. Our largest client has about 30, seasonal, sometimes maybe it goes as high as 50. And a lot of individuals that we deal with during tax season and try to work to keep their taxes at the legal minimum. And unfortunately, even though the expectation's there, we cannot make your taxes go away because we're not elected officials. But we work hard to help our clients cope with the difficult financial reporting aspects of their business life. We have been with Technocom since 1993, January, about the 3rd week of January in '93. We first met Jim Riggins when he came out to bring us our first machine. We started our practice in '93, Ben Geer, my partner, and I, in January of '93. And we started rather quickly, quicker than we would have liked to, and we needed virtually immediate assistance. We needed to be ready to go by the 1st of February, and we had about 2 weeks to get our office set up and equipped. Jim came out right away and wanted to sort of assess what our needs were, gave it some thought, made some great recommendations, and don't recall what pieces of equipment he gave us, but I do recall that it worked seamlessly and we were able to satisfy all of the printing and copying needs that we had that season. And Jim was on crutches that day. I like to recall he'd had some surgery, I think, on his knee, and he was still recuperating. But when you're starting out fresh and you're establishing new business relationships, it's great to see the president of that company not send somebody else out, but come out himself, even if he's on crutches. So. Well, back in '93, we needed a lot of hard copy. Electronic filing was, I don't recall that there was a lot going on. It was planned, it was expected. The digital age was really sort of just getting up and going well, and there were a lot of great ideas and possibilities out there. And we've been the beneficiary of a lot of that. So we've gone from lots and lots of hard copies, and as that period unrolled, the speed that the copiers could produce what we needed increased dramatically. And then a few years ago, we went digital, and Technocom was able to set us up on a program whereby we store a lot of our hard copy on a hard drive now, and that has worked very well. So we've gone from, we're doing less hard copy now. There's still a need for it, and ultimately there'll be less and less of that. And the digital storing of data has been the greatest change we've seen in the last 5 or 6 years. We are using their DocuWare software. We're using their Kyocera copiers that enable us to scan that data onto the hard drive. We're using their fax machines that they've provided. In fact, I wouldn't know how to send a fax if it weren't for Technocom. It's funny, if you go around our office, you can almost sort of date our practice. I think we have one of our original copiers that Jim ever gave us, but if it didn't break, and it can still be used in a backup role for limited duty, we are CPAs, and we understand the value of a dollar, and so we want to be efficient that way. And they've supported what we've wanted to do, and sometimes they think we're crazy for keeping a piece of equipment. But we understand. We have that dialogue, and they say, okay, whatever you need, Mark, we'll be there for you. Times that we have had problems with the equipment, and every mechanical piece of equipment is going to break down. There have been very few times where we didn't get same-day service. And if there was a problem and a part needed to be ordered and we couldn't have it overnight pretty quickly, then they'd give us a replacement a stand-in machine to use. As you might imagine, it's during tax season, during that January to April period when we're using it pretty much wall-to-wall, pedal to the metal. And when I think of what Technocom has provided for us, I have no stress in thinking that if there is a need, we're going to be able to deal with it quickly, and it's not going to cause us to bog down. I've got more of a concern about getting 8 inches of snow on February the 29th or the 28th if it's not leap year than I do about this equipment that Technocom provides. Because obviously if the snow comes in, we're like out of business for 3 days, and we don't want to lose that amount of time. When other vendors call on me or smile and leave a card or leave a phone message, I pretty much disregard it because there's no need. If you're completely, utterly satisfied, you don't go looking, you don't go searching, and that's my response, is no response, because I don't feel that there's any need here. That's how confident and pleased I am. How would I describe Technocom? Active, anticipating what our needs are, informed about where the cutting edge is, and ready to discuss with us without a high pressure pitch that sometimes happens. The people of Technocom are easy to relate to, easy to talk to, friendly, supporting. You know, that's why I say when a competitor comes along, if I'm totally satisfied, there's no reason to go beyond. And I may be sounding as if I own stock in Technocom. I don't, but in a sense, I do. And in a certain sense, they own some stock in Ryan, Geer and Company, because we sense very keenly their willingness to work with us at whatever level we need help. And I'm just totally pleased and confident, and don't expect it to change, at least as long as I continue to work gainfully in this profession.
You got it. You've got